I love what you wear. I love it so much. You've got an eye for fashion and a magic touch.
Hi, and welcome to the first edition of Strawberry Threads, The Change Room. I'm Julie.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are going to be talking about all things fashion, beauty, lifestyle, music.
And also we're going to be talking about house and home and any other ideas or thoughts or concerns that you guys may have that you have questions about, or anything else that might interest you.
And so we're really excited because the most important thing about the Change Room is you and the issues that you are dealing with as a real woman in your daily life.
Things that are important to you, like relationships and your children and how we dress and how we look.
So one of the reasons we decided to do this show is that we wanted to be able to bring something that relates to real women. And we think we're real women. First of all, we're sisters, we're family. We both have children. We are wives, and we are entrepreneurs.
Julie and I own a clothing boutique just north of Toronto called Strawberry Threads, and we're very lucky because we get to deal with real women every day.
People who inspire us, like our first guest and friend, Asia. Fashion designer, model, stylist extraordinaire, and more importantly, a new mom.
Welcome to the show, Asia, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
We've had the good fortune of meeting Asia in the store and our relationship blossoming. It's just been so great getting to know you, Asia, over the past few months and embarking on some fantastic projects with you. One of which is the fall lookbook for our store, where Asia became our stylist and hair and makeup for the shoot. Asia, as we mentioned, was a previous model. Tell us about that, Asia.
Well, when I was 18, I was discovered at the Calgary Stampede, and I didn't want to have anything to do with modeling. It wasn't my thing. They convinced me to do it. I got a call saying to come because they were interested in me and wanted me to start. So I did a few things around Calgary and then ended up packing up and going to Thailand. My dad lived there, so I went there, did some stuff there, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought, I'm going to try Paris, because if you can do it in Paris, you can do it anywhere. So I moved to Paris on my 20th birthday, and it was great, and I had such a fantastic career. But as things progressed, I moved to Cape Town for a while, and I moved to London for a while. And the whole time, I felt like I really enjoyed the creative side of it more. I started styling my own shoots, and it just progressed that way. And I felt like my niche was more in the designing and the styling and the hair and makeup, and that being almost like a creative director of a shoot.
So you've also had a phenomenal thing happen in your life that has sort of radically changed your modeling ability at this time.
My physique.
Your physique. You have a daughter.
I do.
And what is her name?
Her name is Lila. She just turned 8 months old, and she's my absolute world now. I found that nursing clothes, maternity clothes, everything was a pain for me.
Yes.
And so I thought, why don't I design my own line of nursing clothes, my own line of maternity clothes? So that's sort of what I've been doing when I met you guys.
Yes.
And then our projects together, the lookbook,
Yep.
which was so much fun.
I think it's really interesting because I oftentimes think, and I've heard it over and over again, where women during their pregnancy and in their early times of having children is when we become our most creative and oftentimes get our best ideas about who we are and what we want to do.
It's very life-changing. It's very life-changing.
It is. I think that you have this identity before you have kids, and when you're pregnant, you kind of panic and go, am I going to lose who I am? But I find when you do that, you end up finding this better self.
Yeah.
I also find too that you end up almost with a new confidence.
Mm-hmm.
As you become a mom, you get an extra confidence,
and you stop caring about what everyone else thinks.
Yes, how your hair looks
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. And that's what we find at the store a lot of the times, is that you want to get that style back and feeling really good and confident about themselves. And
I think too, like Sarah and I can really relate to that experience because for me, like I was a career woman. Like I loved my job. I traveled. I thought it was fantastic. When I became pregnant, I thought I was going to be back at work in 3 months.
Yeah.
Which I told her she wasn't.
And she told me I would. And she said
Yes.
it's just going to be fantastic. And the second I had my son Oliver, who's now 5, it was just this huge epiphany. And I never went back. I told my boss I'd be back in 3 months.
So then I'm sitting there, and I'm at the house, and I get a phone call from Julie.
On a
She
business
said-
trip in Vancouver.
Yes. And she says to me, is there any property available on the main street in Uxbridge? And I'm like, I don't know. Why? And she said to me, well, I was sort of thinking that I wanted to maybe do a clothing boutique. And either way, I said, okay, I'm in.
And we always knew we wanted to do
Yeah.
something together, but it was just finding the right time to do it. And then all of a
Whatever
sudden,
would have happened if we didn't have children?
no, I don't think
It's
it would
funny
have.
how your life changes
because
when
it,
it does
it
that.
changed the perspective so much, and all of a sudden our needs and our priorities were different.
Mm-hmm.
And like yourself, struggling to find a way of being who we are as women and individuals, not only being wives, but and all of a sudden being mums and responsible for these new little entities in our life. But I think the challenging part is somehow, as you said, being able to retain who we are as well.
So you've had an absolutely incredible career so far, and I absolutely love the Bloomingdale commercial that you did.
Oh, that feels like a million years ago.
I know. Can we maybe get a clip of that?
Yes, we're just opening. The Angel. We love it.
I had so much fun doing that shoot. I actually had a guy come in that taught me how to swing a golf club because I had no idea, and I'm pretty good, I must say, to this day.
the way you took the head off that angel.
We had one shot at that, and that was it.
So you've done lots of fantastic things in your career. You've great shoots and everything, and traveled all over the world. Do you have a favorite? Is there something that stands out for you in terms of significance?
Well, it's funny you should say that, and I'm probably going to get scolded by many clients for saying this. But actually, the change room has been my favorite. Are we going to show a clip of that?
I think we're going to show a little clip of the change
show a
room for
clip.
sure. Absolutely.
I love what you're wearing, I love it so much. You got an eye for fashion and a magic touch. Magnetic personality made static in your clothes. I'm drawn to you, we're stuck like glue, and that's how it goes.
I really didn't know I could move that fast.
You were pretty quick.
It's really great too with all the things that Asia has helped us with our lookbook and with the change room, and she's also agreed to be our co-host for our show. Yay! That we'll be doing on a monthly basis.
That's really great. I'm beyond excited to be a part of this with you guys.
This has been so great, Asia. We're so glad that you were able to join us on the show, and even more excited that you're going to be joining us on all our future episodes. Thank you so much for being here, and to the audience, we want to hear from you. Questions, concerns, feedback, ideas about guests that you'd like to hear from. We want your direction. This is your show, so you let us know what you'd like to see.
So to wrap up our first show, thank you very much for joining us. It's been fabulous. We've had a great time, and we look forward to our next one next month, and hopefully you will as well. Thanks so much for joining us today, and you guys have a wonderful day.
You got an eye for fashion and a magic touch. Magnetic personality made static in your clothes. I'm drawn to you, we're stuck like glue, and that's how it goes. I love what you're wearing, you know that I do.